Hey guys, so you that have access to my charts and have been following on my TA, I told you that we were in a falling wedge, and the actual falling wedge we're in is basically this ring right here is your resistance, and this ring down here is your support. And you can see that when we came down, I told you to look at 8,400 as your buy-in point. You can see we wicked all the way down to 8,364, but look where we started retracing back up right at this orange ring. So a lot of these other YouTubers out there, they're saying, oh, we're in a falling wedge, and they're going from point to point at these peaks and going from the bottom. So something like, well, they were saying it was like this, saying, oh, within the next 3 days or so we might break out of this. So people that were following their TA, as soon as they saw it broke down from it, they thought, oh, we just broke out of the falling wedge to the downside, time to sell. That's what I'm saying. They're manipulating the price to where you think you're in a certain formation when actually you're in a different formation. And that's why having these rings actually help you see that actual pattern you're in, and you know where these targets are. So I knew that we weren't breaking out of a falling wedge to the downside. We were just touching the bottom of the falling wedge and getting ready to move back up. So yeah, I bought in right down here when we made contact. I'm expecting, you can see this line right here was a lot of strong support and resistance. And you can see currently, like I said, we came down here and then we moved back up. So I expect us to start finding support on this blue line right here, and then potentially break to the upside. I think shorts are outpacing longs, and this is a bullish pattern, so I do expect this to push up. I would like to show you, if you look at this video I put out on November 13th, you see this little yellow ring right here? You can see we got a rejection right here. Let me make it full screen so you can see it. You see this yellow ring, we got resistance. It came down, came up, we kind of rode down it, then we broke up above it, came sideways, and then peaked up. So I want to show you on this chart, this is the same ring right here. You can see we came up, we got resistance, came down, we rode down it, went up, came sideways, we pivoted up. If I turn on some of these other rings, I want to show you, so this is the next ring. You can see we kind of got a peak, it rode down it. Let me make this not so bright. If I turn on the next ring, it started moving up. It didn't really play a role. Again, guys, some of these rings won't play a role and some will, but I'd like you to take note of this ring right here. As soon as we hit this ring, and you can see that when we did wick up, you can see that we stopped right at the line in this fib channel. So you had 3 points of resistance right here. You had this yellow ring, we were finding resistance. You had this ring, which I hadn't had, I had hidden, so there wasn't too many rings on the chart. Guys, again, that's why it's good to have as many rings and lines as possible, because it gives you targets. But I had it off just for purposes so it's not so overwhelming for everyone. But because this ring is playing a role, you see we got resistance here, then we wick back down. Since we approached this ring and dropped, I do think it is very likely that this next ring right here, let me make this one not so bright, and we'll make this one a little brighter since that's the ring I'm talking about. So I do think it is likely that we are going to find support. Like I said, we're going to find support here, start moving sideways and up, and I think this will be our breakout point, which will be this ring right here, and this would be on the 18th. I expect us to break to the upside on the 18th. So let me copy this ring and paste it in here, and we'll turn off these inner rings, and we'll make this one not so bright. And I will save this chart, guys. So if you just update, if you hit refresh, the charts will be updated. And so yeah, I'm expecting a breakout to the upside on the 18th, and again, your target. So if we do break out at this ring, I'm playing the distance between these two rings here. I'm not including the wick above. So if we do break to the upside, which I do think will happen, and I do think it will be probably when we make contact with this ring, if you break to the upside here, that takes you right to this line. You can see previously we got topped out at this line as resistance, so it makes sense when we break to the upside. Our target is going to be around 9,340. Let's just call it 9,350. I think that will be the target. It is possible, though, if people get very FOMO-ish, and you do go the distance, from this entire, what would be the mouth. Actually, people would say that, this was the formation we were in right here. So actually, that takes you almost all the way up to the mouth of it, and the people. So yeah, that's about right. So if we break up that distance, and we break to the upside, that could potentially take you here. And there's also a line here as well. That would be around 9,680. So I would pay attention to 9,350. If we do push up above that, I will definitely be selling by the time we get to 9,600. And if we stop right here, then that's when I'll sell, because I expect us to retrace and come back down. But guys, that's it. If you do want to access the charts, that information is in the description. And again, guys, if you can hit the like button, it really does help the channel a lot. But if I find anything else, guys, I'll keep you updated. That's it.